Hello, what's going on guys? Rory Goddard here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to overcome confusion and overwhelm when you're first getting started with your online business. Now, this video that I'm going to be showing you here today is actually one that I recorded for my private Facebook group, which is all about affiliate marketing, but you can absolutely utilize what I teach you in this video for any business that you're getting started with, and really for any major life goal that you have. If you're struggling with confusion, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm going to be showing you how to overcome that in whichever goal you're trying to achieve. So stay tuned, make sure you pay attention and stick around all the way to the end. How to overcome confusion and overwhelm. Alright, so basically this is where I started in my online journey. I was confused and overwhelmed. So I was hustling, I was taking action, but every piece of action I did, all the work that I was putting in, I never felt like I was getting anywhere with it. I never felt certain that what I was doing, all of the action that I was taking, was actually going to get me the result that I was after. And for that reason, I was jumping from one strategy to another, never maintaining focus on anything, and therefore I wasn't getting any results because I never stuck with anything for long enough to actually see any results, because I lacked that belief that, you know, what I was doing was actually the right thing to do, or the thing that was actually going to bring me success. And in the end, that made me just feel like I should just give up. You know, what is the point of, you know, putting in all of this work when, you know, I don't believe that don't lack the belief that it's actually going to get me the result, and and it wasn't getting me the result because I kept jumping from one thing to another, never focusing on anything. So how do we actually overcome that? You know, at the start, when we're first getting started, there's so much information out there. There's so many different gurus, different strategies, different online business models, different ways of doing each of those online business models. How do we actually get clear about what actions, what steps we should be taking to reach the goal that we're trying to achieve? What we want to be doing is we want to be taking empowered action. So we want to, you know, when you're in this state where you don't exactly feel like what you're doing is getting you anywhere, when you feel uncertain that what you're doing is going to get you any results, you know, it's very disempowering. What you're doing is you're taking disempowered action that's not actually making you feel like you're getting anywhere. So what we want to be doing is we want to start taking empowered action. So what exactly is empowered action? So when you're taking empowered action, what you're doing is you're making very strategic action, very strategic plans that are, you know, a part of a bigger plan. So you're taking action that's a part of something bigger. You have a step-by-step plan laid out, and every piece of action that you're taking fits into that plan somewhere. So it's actually, you know, a part of something bigger than that one thing that you're doing in that moment. You're also certain and you have full belief in what you're doing is actually going to get you the result. So when you have that certainty and belief in what you're doing, you're much more likely to actually commit to it and maintain your focus on whatever it is you're doing, and you're more likely to be persistent with it. And that's, you know, it's your ability to maintain focus and persistence. That's really what's required for you to be successful. But like I said, if you don't have belief in what you're actually doing, if you have been, you know, going around in circles, trying different method after method, and nothing's really sort of working, and you start to lose that belief in what you're doing is actually going to get you a result, you're not going to be persistent with anything. You're not going to be focused on anything for long enough for you to actually see a result with it. When you're taking empowered action, giving up isn't an option. It does not cross your mind, because you have full belief in the plan that you're taking, the action that you're taking, and you know that if you just maintain your persistence and you focus on what you need to focus on, you know that you're going to get that result in the long run. So let me know, you know, if this is making sense to you, please comment below. Let me know. If you're watching this live, you know, comment live. If you're watching the replay, let me know you're watching the replay. Just let me know that you understand what I'm talking about here. So this is what you need to do. So in order to start to get into that state of feeling empowered, start to have belief in what you're doing is actually going to get you the result. the first thing you need to do is you need to define exactly what your goal is. Often people are very blasé about what they want to achieve. They just want to make money online. You need to get specific about, how much money do you want to make online? What is your definitive goal? And this is more like your tangible goal. So what is it that you exactly want to achieve? You need to get clear about that, because that's going to determine what action you need to take and how much time and effort you need to actually put into your business. If you don't have that definitive goal, then all of the steps and actions that you need to actually get there won't be structure to it. There won't be any meaning behind it, and you're less likely to follow through with it. But if you get clear about exactly what you actually want to achieve, then you can get clearer about what steps you actually need to take and how committed and how much time you actually need to put into getting to that goal. Now, once you've identified what your goal is, exactly what it is, now you need to identify, why do you actually want this goal? Why is it important to you? Because the chances are, if you're anything like me, it's not about the money. It's about what that money is going to enable you to change in your life. So, I've told this story before. For me, it is all about my family. It's about, being able to have more time and freedom to go and do the things that we enjoy as a family. I've told the story about when I was getting up really early for work, going to work, never getting to see my daughter. When I would leave to go to work, she'd be upset and would ask me to stay, and there'd be tears rolling down her cheek. And, every day that just killed me. And that was something that drove me, that gave me the idea, I need to, create more freedom. I need to make money online to be able to create more freedom and be able to spend more time with my family. So that is, and I didn't fully realize that, at the time I felt like crap, and I knew that I wanted to make a change, but I hadn't really thought so much about what my motivation was. But once you're clear on what your motivation is, you're much more likely to take action. And, even when you don't feel like taking action, you're much more likely to be driven when you actually connect to the deeper meaning behind the goal. So a lot of people, for me, it's not about buying the fancy cars or getting the big house or anything like that. It's much more simple than that. And you need to get clear about what it is for you, because I'm pretty certain that it's not just the money. It's about what that money is going to bring you. Step 3, you need to become aware of what your biggest obstacles are. So, what needs to happen for you to actually reach your goal 12 months from now? And you need to be really honest with yourself. So this is an area where I definitely wasn't honest with myself. I kept pushing and pushing, trying to do things on my own, trying to, just keep hustling, keep taking action, keep just pushing forward. And even though I wasn't getting results, I just kept trying to do the same thing over and over again in different ways, never really being honest with myself about what exactly was getting in my way. So what was really getting in my way is that I didn't have a clear plan. I didn't have the knowledge and understanding to actually implement the right strategies. I had self-limiting beliefs, and I was I'm quite a reserved person. I'm a very introverted person, and I have a lot, I admit to having a lot of self-doubt, and I get afraid of what other people might think of me, and all of these things that were stopping me from actually going out and doing what was necessary rather than what I necessarily wanted to do. And I wasn't going to be able to push myself outside of my comfort zone. So when I started to get really honest with myself and realizing all of those things, what I realized is I needed help. I needed someone to give me this step-by-step plan that I could trust, something that other people out there were following that same step-by-step plan, and they were getting results doing it. And I needed that step-by-step plan to give me certainty that what I was doing was actually going to lead me to the result. I needed someone to keep me accountable to overcoming the limitations I was putting on myself. So someone to actually call me out on, just say if I was like, I don't want to do videos, but in order to do, be successful, you need to do what's necessary, and maybe making videos is something that's what is necessary. I needed someone to push me out of my comfort zone so that I would actually do those things, rather than pretending that I didn't need to go do those things and kept trying to do just what I felt like doing, but it wasn't getting me anywhere. I needed someone to push me outside of my comfort zone to do what was necessary in order to overcome all that confusion and frustration, because I was telling myself I didn't know what to do and that I didn't know what the next steps were, but deep down I knew what to do, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it because I had those self-limitations that I was placing on myself. And without someone pushing me past those, I kept staying in that frustrated, overwhelmed state, keeping to hustling, taking action, doing all of these things that I felt like doing, but not doing what was actually necessary for me to do to be successful. And I needed someone to believe in me more than I believed myself, because I did not believe in myself. Even though I was, taking this action, doing all of these things, I always felt like, I'm not good enough. I'm never going to be able to do this. And that was, going on in the background. And for that reason, again, I wasn't pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. So, but once I, found, someone to guide me, once I found that help, once I found someone who could give me a step-by-step plan that was getting people results, and that all I needed to do was believe in that plan. I didn't need to believe in myself. I just needed to believe in that plan. And if I could do that, then I was going to follow through with it. And I needed someone to keep me accountable. Like I said, I needed someone to push me outside my comfort zone so I did what necessary. So this is really what I'm recommending you do. I mean, go out there. Perhaps you don't have to, invest in a mentor or whatever, but what I would suggest you do is you stop following anybody and everybody. Choose someone who you really gel with, someone who resonates with you, someone that you feel is being genuine, because that's what it took for me to find. I went out there and I'd invested in different courses and things, but some of these people, they kept doing, recommending things that just didn't sit right with me. So things like doing solo ads. So I remember being taught that solo ads was the best way to get results fast, and I invested a lot of money into solo ads, and the truth is that they just don't work. But I kept hearing all of these gurus saying that you should use solo ads, and what they were doing was they were sending me through their affiliate link to buy those solo ads, and I was basically losing my money. And it wasn't until someone called this stuff out and said solo ads are junk traffic. It was that person who I actually started to gel with and be like, okay, this person is being honest, they're being real, and I gel with them. So that's why I invested my time and my energy into what they were teaching. If you can find someone that you trust and you believe in, cut out all the other noise and focus on what they are teaching. Don't be on 1,000 different email lists getting hundreds of different opportunities sent to you. Just find out what they're doing, see why what they're doing is working, and commit to what they teach, that one person, rather than getting information from anywhere and everywhere and just not having a very specific strategic plan that all fits together. Because if you do that, you're going to create more frustration, more confusion, more overwhelm. So, if you feel like you need help with this, if you feel like you are in a state where you are confused, you're overwhelmed, you feel like you're taking all of this action and doing all the right things, but you're just not getting the results, and you're starting to get really frustrated, you're starting to feel like you should just give up, you feel like, you're not able to push yourself outside of your comfort zone, then what I want you to do, I want you to reach out to me and message me. Send me a message, and I'm here to help you. I will definitely get on the chat there, and I'll spend time with you to help you try and see if I can get you clearer, get you on the right step. But I hope you've gotten value from this video. That's all for today. If you did get value, make sure you give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a love heart, show me you show me that you've gotten value from this, because the more you connect, the more you interact with my content, the better the content is going to get. The more excited I'm going to be about creating the content, because I know people are listening to it, and I know people are getting value from it, and therefore I'm going to put more time and effort into it, and therefore you're going to get more value out of it. So if you do get value, please let me know. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for listening, and I'll be talking to you again soon.